Okay, so my name is Victor Blevins. I am grateful for where God has brought me from. 11, I was smoking cigarettes. 12, smoking weed. 13, I snorted my first line of cocaine. One thing I learned, and I really just, I don't know, idolized was drug dealing, the life, the culture, the gang life. And I spent a lot of my years growing up trying to feel like I fit in and belonged and trying to be a part of a gang, a street gang. And yeah, it just led me the wrong way, the wrong path. I ended up going to prison. I have 3 felonies. I joined a prison gang. I've got drug charges, gun charges. I was actually the leader of a prison gang. And then that translated into the street too, because you get a little credit right there. And so when I got out of penitentiary, I was already a drug dealer, but then now I'm a part of a gang. So I have that social hierarchy kind of in the gangs. And so I went straight into dope dealing, pushing, and so shot caller, whatever you want to call it. So I had people under me. As soon as I got out, I had that street credit already. And one thing that I got out of that was a drug addiction. I mean, a lifelong drug addiction to marijuana, alcohol, weed, heroin, methamphetamines, pills. I was addicted to everything. And at the end of the day, I was addicted to the life too. Just the power that comes with trying to move all those things, selling those things. I was a thief. I stole everything. It came with the life. And I had a saying that if you fell asleep in front of me, I would steal your dreams too. If it wasn't bolted down, I was taking it and selling it. Nothing good came out of my life back then. One of the last times I went to jail, I already had a couple felonies under my belt. My mom came to see me during a visit and said that she saw a prophet, a man of God, and this was BC before I knew who Jesus was. She said that he told her I wasn't going to do one day in prison, but they had me in jail, dead to rights. But he said, not one day is your son going to do in prison. He's going to get out. And I just thought mom's on this crazy Jesus kick again, holy rolling, mumbo jumbo. I'm going to prison, mom. That was the mentality going in. So I said, mom, I already started doing push-ups. This is going to happen. I'm going. So court comes up a couple months later. I go to court. My judge gives me a court-appointed attorney, and he happened to look at my file the day of court. He started reading it, and he stopped and hesitated for a minute. And just that little hesitation, he looked up and said, I think I can beat this. Like, whoa, okay. So he goes to the county attorney. He comes back with papers already filled out. Boom, I get out. That was God. That was all God. Because I was ready to go do 5 to 10 years and not see anybody else again for 10 years. And I was out the very next day after court. So the word that my mom got was true. So I get out. And I go straight back to the ugliness, straight back to the darkness. And I'd already been clean in county for 10 months. And I was fully addicted, fully blown drug addiction again. And I was on heroin, meth, ice, everything. All night long parties. But for some reason, I was miserable. I was absolutely miserable. I had already said that I loved the Lord with my mouth, but I never showed him. I never seeked him, never went chasing for him. I crawled on the floor, and this was my first prayer to Jesus. I cried out to him just like a little kid, like a little baby on the floor. I cried and told him if this is the life that I was going to live, I didn't want to live anymore, for him to just take me home. And I realized at that moment that he was listening. I cried and just had this overwhelming feeling wash over me. I heard a little small, still voice that said, if you're done living your way, then get up and live for me. That was the point where I just turned it all over. I surrendered. I got a hold of my mom, who's been my prayer warrior for me the whole time, even when didn't know the Lord, didn't want to know the Lord. I was running. So I spent 7 months at the men's home in Kerrville, completely dedicated to the Lord. So that was 5 years ago. But today I'm at Freedom Fellowship Church. I clean the church. I'm a driver. I'm a food pantry worker. I work the prayer team. I also minister to men and do some outreach to young men and women who are Coming from the same type of background that I had, lost, forgotten, feeling of unworthiness or just unlovable. I love what I do now. I love where God has brought me from. I love the transition, the change, the way He renewed my mind, and He's got me to a point of speaking life into people, speaking life into the dry bones, because that's what I was when I was unlovable, eating out of dumpsters and sleeping in the back of abandoned buildings. I felt unlovable, dry bones. So He brought me back to life. He gave me a new life where I serve Him all day, seek Him all day, and He's good. I have a relationship with my King and my Savior. The reason I was drug addicted for all those years was because I was hurt on the inside and I never knew how to fix that. And Jesus gave me the tools to fix that through a relationship with Him. If I had a chance to talk to somebody who was dealing with what I had to deal with, I would tell them first, give up. Just give up. Just give up. Give Jesus a try. If you're so tough you think you can do all those things, why don't you be tough enough to try Jesus?